And this morning we're joined by Jennifer Farrell, who's taking her own brain tumor journey and turning it into a learning opportunity. So good morning and thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
Now, Jennifer, your story is incredible. You have done the almost impossible, not one, but 6 brain surgeries to try and fix a tumor, get it out of your system. Can you tell us a little bit more about your health journey and kind of what brought you to this story?
Well, it started when summer after my sophomore year of high school. I got a headache which lasted for a month, and finally the doctors did an MRI and they found a tumor in the center of my brain. I went to New York City because those were the only doctors who had done several of the removal surgeries, and they got in there and worked for 8 hours, and thank goodness the doctor had done 120 of them before because they saw a slight bit of swelling. So we stopped the surgery. Went back in 2 days later for 8 more hours, and they were able to get to the tumor and remove 98%. Then I came back to South Bend and had 6 weeks of radiation. It got the rest of the tumor. I was good for a while. In, I believe it was the year 2000, I had a small recurrence, so I went back to New York City and had gamma knife radiation, which got the tumor. 8 more years after that, they found another small recurrence. I had more gamma radiation. Thank goodness since then it's been gone. Hopefully I don't have any more radiation.
Yeah, seriously though, hopefully we can keep you out of the hospital.
That's quite the journey
yes.
too. And you were a teacher before this, so can you talk to us about what being a positive role model sort of means to you and how that's worked into your journey?
Right, it's been great. I was lucky to be a teacher in Mishawaka at St. Bavo's Catholic School, and then changed into Mishawaka Catholic. And I taught for 19 years, and it's great to teach those little kids, 6 and 7-year-olds. So they can learn a lot, and so it's been wonderful being a teacher.
Well, I mean, it takes a special person to be a teacher, and let alone get through all of this too. I mean, survivor and teacher, and now we can add author to your many hats that you have. Tell us a little bit more about your book.
Yeah, so even though I was unable to continue teaching because of the side effects of my tumor, I still wanted to help kids. So I decided to write a book, use my education and all my years teaching kids to help write a book about, the first one's about getting an MRI, the stresses that go with that, to help kids relax for their first scan. And I hope to write several more about having surgery and radiation treatments and all that to help ease kids' fears.
Yeah, and easing kids' fears, I mean, what a better way to do it through a book. This is called Spaceship to My Center of My Brain, and it talks you through kind of the MRI process and trying to ease those fears.
And I read the book, so I won't give anything away, but one of the quotes that stuck with me here is, "I'll be brave like an astronaut." So I'm curious, tell us how bravery has factored into your journey.
Well, if you're not brave, you won't be able to get through any of these situations. So in the story, Danielle, the little girl, pretends that she's an astronaut and that the MRI machine's her space shuttle, and she uses that comparison to get through the whole situation. Hopefully in the future books I'll be able to use a comparison like that too.
Oh, so you're hoping to write maybe a few more in the future?
I am. Go through facing the fears of surgery and radiation. I had gamma knife radiation also for my 2 recurrences, which is another scary process. So hopefully get through all of that, and then recurrences, and my series could be real long because I've had so many different treatments done.
And the fact that you were going through all of this with a smile on your face, trying to bring that positivity and help to kids and still continue that learning, I mean, we just have to share this with the world. Okay, so if anybody at home, if they want to buy this or maybe read about it more themselves, where should they go?
On to Amazon Kindle, and you can search for either my name, Jennifer Hanachek Farrell, or the title of the book.
Perfect.
All right. Well, Jennifer, unfortunately, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and again, if you guys are looking to buy this book, you can go over to Amazon and head to our website, abc57.com. We've got all the information you need there.
And stay with us. We'll be right back with more news after the break.